Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your Leo May 2022 reading and predictions. I'm Nigel Saint James. As the subscribers will know, great to see you, always great to see you. It's fabulous, and much love and affection goes to you. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. Come, join our club. We have the best fun here on the Tarotverse, and we have the one of the most entertaining tarot channels I think that you'll find. Now, normally, of course, you know that I'm dressed up in a suit and a tie. Well, I'm not, because I'm going to do a couple of hours of readings now, and then I'm going straight out on a date. Yes, it does happen. Now, do you think women like denim? I don't know. It's all I can find in there that's not crumpled up and messed around. So we shall find out. And we'll find out whether they like, well, first of all, whether they like denim, and it's a good thing. And then, of course, there's the other obvious elephant in the room, which has got to get over the line as well. Now, I'm going to use Oracle. Now, Oracle, one Oracle card, and the rest is Tarot. One Oracle card from a deck of Aboriginal, I wouldn't actually call them Aboriginal Oracle cards. I'd call them cards which have beautiful spiritual work on them, and are in the tradition of Australian Aboriginal art. The Australian Aborigines, of course, are basically a homogenous ethnic group for about 40,000 years. Then I'm going to take 5 cards from this medieval tarot deck, all right? And here's the Oracle card, and what does this happen to be? Father Sky. Fascinating. Now, we'll now take the Oracle deck, the tarot cards from here. I'm going to take 5. 5 is associated with me with the planet of Mars, fiery energy. Mars and Leo, they normally get on quite well together, you know. And I think that there's going to be quite a lot of astrology, I think, in this reading. There will be astrological influences, so don't be surprised if you hear me speaking of them, depending on where the cards are, what they are, and where they happen to lie. And let's just grab something now. Well, what's this thing? It's obviously something that wants to come out, and it is the Wheel. That'll be the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, change also is associated with the number 5, and it is something that you are particularly good at dealing with, even though it has to be said, as a fixed sign of fire, you're maybe not as nimble as dealing with change as Sagittarius, your sister sign. That's the Lovers, by the way. Although, do you know, you are able to really make use of all the materials and things that you have at your disposal, aren't you? So it wouldn't surprise me. We'll see if the Magician turns up, but we'll see if it does. There's the Sun. Well, that's a perfect card for you, isn't it? The Sun being your ruler, isn't it? So perfect card for you, the Sun, and a great lion down there underneath it as well. So Leo all over that card. And there is the Page of Cups. Now that's an interesting thing in the context of these other cards here, but I notice that it's at diagonal opposite sides of the Lovers, and we'll just see what the meaning of that might be in just a second. So look for astrology, numerology, mysticism, spiritualism, and sacred scriptures from around the world. Come down now, sit down here next to me. We'll have a good close look at these cards together while I do your reading for you. There now, I should also mention that if you would like a one-on-one clairvoyant reading with me, just check out the information in the description below. Now let's have a look at this image here, this Father Sky. Quite unusual, isn't it? What might I say about this? Well, Father Sky is the spirit of the night and the day, the moon, the stars, and the sun. He represents all that is above the ground, out into the endless universe, and beyond that which we cannot see. Father Sky is the seer of dark and light, the good and bad, yet with his eternal wisdom, he does not judge. Now, the feelings that I'm getting for you coming through in relation to this are that You should be fair in making your decisions as people are looking to you for guidance and support at this time. Be respectful in your judgment and don't neglect to see the entire picture. There is much more information you are not aware of at this point. Make some more inquiries and listen to your intuitive feelings in an attempt to gain further insight into this situation. Your judgment in this matter will last beyond the single event and will influence many people around you. You are seen to be a role model by others and have gained respect due to your past actions. Take your time in this situation and give yourself a few more days till you make your final decision. It will be worth the wait. And that's what I think that has to say. Now we will go to the Tarot, and I just seem to be drawn to this Lovers card. After that, let's have a look at it, shall we? See what it has to say for you. Here we go. There's the Lovers. What does this image show us? Well, grace and harmony reign in the sunlit garden. Only the young man, full of doubts, looks bewildered. Both women are lavishly beautiful. But the younger man must make a decision and choose only one. His mind is troubled by doubt. Will the chosen one reciprocate his affection? Will she accept his love? The energy around this card is that of Gemini. Gemini is very scattered energy. If you look on my playlist and Astrology for Beginners, you will see a brief 6 or 7 minute discussion of Gemini and the effect of that scattering of divine energy, spiritual energy here. But here we have the children of the voice divine, the oracle of the mighty gods, and it is Mercury ruling Gemini. And I think it is the north node of the moon or dragon's head exalted. Now the meaning of this card, I think, centers around the reconciliation of opposites. You may well have the need to look at all angles before making a decision, but isn't that also what this was just saying as well? You could well be a mediator or a peacemaker in a conflict situation. You need to look at harmony in relationships at the moment. And I think, although it may not seem to you to be the case at the moment, you may need to make a major life choice on the direction ahead of you. Now, there can also be a mutual attraction and a sexual connection here, but again, this is really a major arcana card, and so I'm not getting a one-night stand or just a very temporary casual relationship here. I'm seeing something which is more permanent. Now, that can be, of course, the deepening of an existing relationship or the enriching of a newer relationship. Certainly love, attraction, connection, and perhaps the union of opposites through love and you becoming conscious through relationship. It could also be the case that you find that you are at something of a crossroads at the moment, or that you find that you're going into business with somebody else. Now, somebody here is going to be falling in love, maybe making a commitment, such as an engagement, or even somebody, if they're in the situation, of needing to choose between two lovers. Now, the Lovers represents two opposites which yearn for and are attracted to one another. Now, this duality, which is reflected in every aspect of existence, is experienced most often in relations between a man and a woman. But of course, we know nature has provided that a number have the desire for a relationship with someone of the same sex. And of course, that is completely legitimate. Every attempt at approach, union, connection is an expression of the passionate urge to re-establish the lost oneness that existed before you descended into matter, and then things were dual. Every individual, every woman, every man contains the duality of male and female within them. And these express themselves in different, often contradictory personal characteristics. I think that the reason why this card has shown up, well, at least in my system of tarot, here in this top right hand, above the Empress and opposite this wheel of fate, is that it indicates that a wonderful and exciting love relationship may well be apparent or imminent. Now, current relationships, I've got to say also, they can either deepen, your relationship with someone can deepen, or this is also a time of endings for some relationships, I'm sorry to say, but if things don't work out, they just don't work out. New methods for personal growth and integration of your own opposing aspects present themselves to you and turn towards and interact with somebody else. Now, what do you seek in the people you love? What comprises a fulfilling relationship to you? Say to yourself, I enjoy working with people of all ages because I have inherent people skills. I am emotionally sure about what I need and what I don't need or want or don't want in relationships. And I am now ready to develop the relationship with or to meet a partner with whom I have always longed to connect and meet. Well, let's have a quick look at the card underneath it. You'd be familiar with this card, I'm sure. It is that of the Empress. Now, what do you have to tell me, my darling? What do you have to say to my friend here today? Let's have a look and see. Well, the Empress here is sensual and feminine, and she is being presented with the symbol of planet Earth, the object that grants her undivided power over the entire earthly world. Order and justice reign in her kingdom. The guilty are punished and the innocent are under her protection. The Empress is loved and revered by all. Do you know, I think that looking at this image here, you can get the first impression that this is probably one of the most favorable cards in the tarot universe, as it is associated with abundance and comfort. And it heralds the onset of a bright streak in your life, I think. A balance between spiritual harmony and material wealth. It designates stability, professional growth, and the achievement of set goals. Additionally, this Empress card here, I think, shows that you will have enhanced creativity and points to the possibility of creating strong relationships of all sorts. And that's not surprising given that this Lover's card was also here. What else do you have to say? Well, she is the daughter of the mighty ones for me. There's a lot of the planet Venus around here, beauty, love, and I also have to say business here. Naturally, one can find associated with beauty, love, relationship that you hear of a pregnancy is what I expect. You may well find that you are exploring a relationship with your mother, or you might be acting as a mother figure or as a father figure. The reason why I say that there is a father figure involved here as well is because this Lovers has this man in here, and this is sitting on top, and so that masculine influence comes into it as well. So you could be acting as a parental figure to somebody else or as a mentor. Certainly you'll have a very empathetic and caring personality. And I think that this energy here reminds you that spirituality is expressed from the heart and not from the head, and you'll have a very nurturing sense and need for other people, but also for yourself. There's a great degree of... Now, the women here are going to have a great increase in femininity and attraction during this time. This also speaks to me of the connection between spirit and matter, inner and outer wealth. Fertility keeps coming up. A great degree of fertility around here. Certainly, I think that there'll be the fulfillment of your potential and the great possibility of success in business ventures or business opportunities, work opportunities, job opportunities coming your way. Now, the other things that's coming through here is actually quite remarkably is that I think that you might find that you have a great interest in nature, the outdoors. You may also have a desire to help and be of service to other people. And I don't think that people are going to easily be able to categorize you during this period as either intellectual or emotional. Now, you do have a fine mind and you have a great emotional stability with you, but I don't think one is going to dominate over the other. I think there'll be a good mix between the two here. Certainly a stronger leadership ability, but that was also shown, wasn't it, by this card here and the messages that came through. See, I knew that these things would work. And I think that what this is going to do is it provides a great degree of strength, comfort, and motivation for women. Now, do you know that the beauty that you see in others, which attracts you to them, is the beauty that you carry within yourself? You are in the process of unfolding and evolving your femininity, if you're a woman. If you're a man, you'll be developing intuition. Now, this might be the right time to work through and clarify any unresolved mother conflicts or conflicts with, as I say, that maternal figure that's in your life. Is there, while we're on the subject, in your life, a beautiful, strong woman from whom you would like to learn? Visualize your ideal woman. Write down her most important qualities and try to find these in others and yourself. Surround yourself with beauty and abundance and say this to yourself at this time. I give and I receive wisely. I realize that the capacity to receive is equally as powerful as the capacity to give. I value the healing power of beauty, harmony, and love. I am filled with power and beauty. Now, this card in the top left-hand corner is waving at me, so it feels like it should be discussed, and it is the Wheel of Fortune. See what you have to say. What do you have to say? Here's Fortune up here. Well, really, Fortune is young, beautiful, and fickle. She watches the spinning wheel of life, its ups and its downs. Fortune has not yet decided whom she will smile upon and give a wreath of luck to, and whom she will leave behind. Now, the embodiment of fate itself, the Wheel of Fortune, has the power of karmic resolution, which seems incomprehensible to us. This energy here foreshadows major changes in life, but at the same time, it emphasizes that their implementation is, in a sense, could be beyond your control. No living soul has the luxury to ignore the weight of fate, but I will say this, there is a difference between destiny and fate. And the difference is this. You create your own destiny by doing things, by planning things, by your actions, by your words. They create your destiny. Now, there is a fate which superimposes itself upon you in your life. that you can change, and fate is what happens when you fail to concentrate on taking the actions, speaking the words, and thinking the right thoughts that lead to a fulfilling destiny. But nevertheless, what there is here, and because of the position that it's in, as I say, up here, next to the sun, across from the lovers, and with this page of cups underneath it, there is abundance, prosperity, and fortune, good fortune coming your way. The planet associated with this card is that of Jupiter, the great benefic, which is about expansion and good luck. Now, there is a change coming about for you, which may be as part of your destiny, or it may be fate or fortune coming through, which is a good change for you at this time, regardless of whether you've been paying attention to destiny. There's a new beginning of some sort here, coming no doubt from this decision that you've made with the lovers here. A new beginning and expansion, creativity, a big breakthrough, self-realization, and an unexpected fortune and luck. There's a chance opportunity here. I see somebody, maybe take a small lottery ticket, spend $2 on a lottery ticket. You just don't know. I don't recommend gambling myself. But there's also the possibility here, the real possibility of a life-changing chance meeting. The energy here all adds up to a definite yes. Now, the unexpected change coming into your life, which is going to be favorable, but it may not necessarily seem that way at first. So be ready to act on any unexpected opportunities which turn up. Now, when times are good, stay centered, stay in the middle of the wheel here, because then, irrespective as to which way it turns, you will remain unfazed. You will be in charge of your destiny and will not be subject to the waves and winds of fate. Change is about to happen. Now, you may need to alter your present course or change things around to set the stage for the right outcomes to come into your life. But if you struggle against the course of life, then you can become like these people here, struggling against the wheel or crushed beneath it. Be at the center of the wheel, because despite the ebbs and flows, you will never be shaken or broken. If no miracles are happening now, something is wrong. You stand before the possibility of a great breakthrough, so use the moment. Are you really ready for the great fortune? And what's standing in the way? Say to yourself, I am a prosperous individual. I am flexible in times of change. I enjoy manifesting internal abundance externally. Abundance which created me is what I am. I am now ready for the miracle of my life. And if that was not enough, the card that you have in the center is the sun. Your ruling planet, indeed, isn't it? There we go. What's this image here? Majestic and friendly, the sun radiates brightness. Now, as an elder, he knows how to enjoy life and gratefully accepts the generous gifts of fate and of destiny, which results in fruits of labor. Now, the sun is a very welcome card in any spread as far as I'm concerned, because it designates the onset of a period of happiness, joy, and light. And this is particularly the case for you because this is in the center of the spread. Now, additionally, it also affords you a clear perspective to the affairs under consideration by you at the moment, unlocking secrets, perhaps, exposing hidden facts and motives of other people, and promoting awareness about what is really happening. The sun here in this position foreshadows, well, a degree of fame, I have to say, success, and a degree of prosperity. You can certainly be optimistic about the future and start making plans. Now, the card here is the Lord of the Fire of the Word. Well, the sun is the source of life and represents success and abundance, and this is going to follow you in your life at the present. The energy will get you through tough times, and the sun is going to illuminate your path after what has been, I think, something of a trying time, hasn't it? So embrace your goals and give it everything you've got. If you've had tough times, things are going to get better. The fulfillment of your wishes is possible here and now. Relax and give yourself up to the dance. The right partners, the right dance partners will find each other. Visualize the light and the warmth of the sun in your chest and heart. And for the next few days, remind yourself several times daily that the sun is shining in and through you. Now, what task or project is on the agenda for you now? Say this to yourself. I work well in teamwork situations. I enjoy making contributions to group efforts. I am a cooperative person. I am in harmony with the divine light which fills and guides me. Now that leaves us finally, I think, doesn't it, to this one here. Well, the image here is something which is of a man that has got a sort of a spiritual vibe to it, but that's not the message which is coming through for me as a result of the interaction of this card with the other cards here. In fact, I'm thinking that Aquarius, Pisces and Capricorn are going to be important to you at this time. Now, I see very much of a female influence to this. It's a young woman here who is very gracious, voluptuous. Well, could also be a person of any age, but young at heart, and sweet, gentle, kind, but at this time romantic. This is, to me, and I know it's drawn as a male figure, but I'm getting this female energy of the princess of the palace of the floods, emotional freedom, jealousy conquered, a trust in yourself. Here is the ability to be able to make things happen. The power of water, she's in cups, is something water supports life, and it is the basis of all chemical combinations. So she's in the position of being able to make tangible things that are in the mind. Very sensitive. Be careful of a lack of grounding, because this is a person here who is, in some sense, in danger of losing who they are. Very romantic. Often lost in romance, but saying to me to trust your feelings and perceptions now, because you are on the right path. Now, is there anything else preventing you from being fully free? Because you have the opportunity to let it go now as well. Imagine you are surrounded by water and dancing the dance of salvation and freedom with light flowing movements. And know that the more you love yourself, the more you can share with others. That's it for you, this one. Well, I think that was fantastic, that energy for you. Looks like it's going to be a really good month for you, and what a lot of interesting things going on, and what an interesting set of cards, don't you think? Tell me what you think of these medieval cards, as to whether I don't really use them very often, but I must say they do speak to me, and you might also let me know whether you enjoy the this sort of Aboriginal artwork stuff that's in here. There's all sorts of different things. Very, very interesting. Great to see you. Great to see you. Thank you for sticking by for the reading. If you do happen to like it, can you please help me by smashing the like button on the way out? That will enable more people to see the video according to the YouTube gods. But in the meantime, remember this, and remember it always, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.